So yeah, one of my subscribers, Torgo Forever, sent me a link to this fanfiction, Light and Dark DEUX, The New Adventures of Dark Soichiro, which is obviously a sequel to one of those other fanfics I read, you know, I'm the Magicist. Okay, that's about the only thing it's not a crossover of, but yeah.
I haven't seen Motoi yet. I actually wouldn't be surprised if it was in here or not. I admittedly, while I tend to read several chapters of things like this at a time, well, I think I should say here, we're not doing a full formal reading of this story because it's done something that not even my immortal could do.
Indeed.
It has successfully thwarted all of our attempts to read it even vaguely coherently. We've gone over it separately, and I really don't need this many brain cells killed right before I go back to school, but whatever.
So, anyway, description. What if Light and Dark, The Adventures of Dark Yagami has a sequel where Soichiro gets his memory back? Edit do. And live! Now it does, lol! Edit. Contains Koas and Enobi and Awesome the Britannia.
See, even if we didn't know that this was a trollfic written by a certain someone who makes it very obvious in their author name.
Yeah, I sort of figured right away that this looked very suspicious.
It's suspicious enough insofar as the whole beginning of the description is perfectly spelled. But then we get an odd, really, really bad spelling as it goes through. Also, it's clearly artfully satirical insofar as different chapters focus on different things that fanfiction writers sort of fail to do a lot of the time. I mean, don't even get me started on chapter 6, but we'll get there when we get there, if we get there.
Yeah.
I don't think we'll survive that long. If I suffocate on my own respiratory system by chapter 2, don't worry, I won't sue anyone.
Yeah, like, I'm probably going to comment on chapter 6 regardless of whether we get there or not, but...
Oh, we might have to do a special mention of chapter 6 just because of chapter 6.
Yeah. Well, so anyway, chapter
like
1, an epicer beginning of actioner! It was a rain deep, tore many team loops in the adventures of Dark Yagami. 'Twas before the vent of chapter 1 boot past chapter 48 and the loop.
Technically that was copter.
Well,
Yeah,
'twas before the vent of chapter 1 boot past chapter 48 in past chapter 48 in the loop. I'm already having trouble.
you see what's coming up next, though. Let's see you read this properly. Or would you like to baton pass now?
I think I'm going to at least try first. Alltech lap in TM weekend there before McDonald's. Going to try again. Alltech laps in TM weekend tech berry fabric of TM and tech berry fabric of TM until a grip web open. Until a grip opened. Well, that was...
And technically it was until a grip open.
Yeah, actually, let's do a baton bass here.
Okay. Oh boy. Until absentee weekend, the very fabric of Tim that. Until absentee weekend, the very fabric of Tim until hurry open. Then Soichiro found a new game. First paragraph, ladies and gentlemen. The hunger no at Giams, he surprised. It sounds so familiar. Hitoke Gemen Begun play. In the Hunger Note games, the game. Bah-ha-ha-ha-ha-ha! It was blood, and he had 2 bread swords, bit still as in Iamon, making diamond bread swords. Do you really think you can win? I confident enough 2 gave unbread sword, and in still man. Try me, darkest tailor Yagami. It sounds like I'm speaking some kind of convoluted language that is nothing remotely like English.
Indeed. So, should I try the next part now?
Yeah, but baton passing.
Dorcas, Soichiro pondered. He sounds like my own son. I'll kill you and learn how to eat blood bananas so you can't eat none. LOL.
Nope, it's I'll kill yo.
Yeah. I'll kill you and learn how to eat blood bananas so you can't eat none. LOL. Dark shooted back. I'm gonna give this pick a soundtrack. So when you see a soundtrack, know it. Or SN, buried to play tech song in your iPod or YouTube. Because it's awesome! 1111! And actually, it's a ridiculously long number here. I tried actually figuring out how much that is, and I think it's about 6 septillion something. So...
A bunch of 6s.
Yeah. 6 septillion, 666 sextillion, 666 quintillion, 666 quadrillion, 666 trillion, 666 million, 666 million, 666... I really wanted to get through that in one breath, but apparently that was too much to ask for. 666 billion, 666 million, 666,000, 666... 666 colon 3 SN confidence and tech domination Valkyrie profile Valkyrie profile.
You know, this is one thing where I think this was probably a sign that this was a fanfiction written not just for these fanfictions, but sort of as a fan of your readings. Because if there's one thing your readings are, you know, distinct about, it's how you go to be really dramatic with your soundtracks.
Yeah, although it seems like in every fanfic that I've done that, I've never actually started out doing that. I mean, Light and Dark didn't have any music before like chapter 20 or something.
Well, still, it got it, and once it got it, I like couldn't stop listening. That was what got me hooked on your readings. It's just, it got so dramatic. It felt like an amazing story, even though it was completely convoluted, because between the dramaticness of your reading and the music in the background, it just somehow completed it. Oh look, there's Slash coming up.
Blood and Dark were slashed. Slash and slash went Bread Sword until sparks from Bread Sword were slashed too. You think you win? I behead you like last time. Blood roared while smooshing blood bananas and her moth with perfect accuracy. There is no accuracy in this story.
When did I take a turn here?
Sure.
Lol no! Soichiro mustachiated with his medley stash. Dark slash royal! Dark gave off slash and blood slashed in half. My name is Dark Yagami and I have conquered the Hunger Games! Awesome! Shout Soichiro. He was very happy, close parentheses. One thing I don't get is, so is he playing a video game on a console in which Dark is the character? Because that sounds like what's going on, because we have Dark and Soichiro doing separate things. Then apparently he picked up this game and started playing, so is that what's going on? The Hunger Note games wasn't real, it was all a dream, except it was actually a video. This is one point I want to give a compliment, that the logic of this story follows in such a manner that it seems just like Dark Yagami.
But wait, I thought you said that Light and Dark: The Adventures of Dark Yagami made perfect sense.
It does. It just has such convoluted logic. It's so bad that it breaks the universe and cosmically twists everything into shape. But then the game spoke! Remember, Samantha. And then an awesome energy came out! Soichiro shot in Blood's memory bomb out his Bran into Space Tim! Wait, I just pronounced it Spas, wow. Into Space Tim and TM Len Shift all like wavy and stuff! My name is Dark Yogami. My whiff is Samantha. But I'm Soichiro now, and my son, who is younger, me, have name Dark Yogami, so I call self Dark Soichiro. And you want to close out the chapter here?
Sure. And the new adventure Belgian! But he did not yet know. The broken Tim loop had changed time forever, and those changes would forever a new... and those changes would be forever a new adventure, men's now and old... men's new and old foe and other old foe would retter.
Technically, you could read that as an Olay foe.
Yep. A new adventure, men's new and Olay foe and another old foe would retter. To be continued. Please review. Or don't both steal read. Or don't both steal read. LOL.
Or don't vote Steel Read. The sad thing is I know what that means.
Or don't, but still read.
Yes, but it sounds like or don't vote Steel Read.
Well,
Thank
that's
you.
nothing compared to the title of chapter 2 here.
Thank you. 3 nouns, one after another. Okay, chapter 2.
Chapter 2. We blood with the others. Ian, get it? Ian, get it? Coarse blood as leak ketchup, which is like... Coarse blood as leak ketchup with slick ketchup. LOL! That pun was so contrived that there was absolutely no conceivable way anyone could figure it out without you telling us.
Where did the ketchup come from? Except, I mean, we know that comes from in Dark Yagami with the blood singing the blood song, which was like the ketchup song, except it was about blood instead of ketchup, except Shinigami sometimes used blood instead of ketchup because it was blood. But there was no mention of ketchup here!
Well, blood is red, which makes it like ketchup, and ketchup sounds similar to ketchup, so obviously we catch up with the others because we blood with the others. Makes perfect sense.
But it's not even spelled like ketchup, it's spelled like cash up, like a cache of data. Right. Mind if I start since you closed the last one?
Sure, by all means, go ahead.
Okay. Some were. Now that he was no longer the reincarnate awful, Nier could now live happy, and he was our way is near. OMG, Cap, you believe that? I aren't always near. I'll find a new pawn machine to stop. Ooh, Darkest, or my name isn't Nier. Nier lulled. The broken TM loop cremated the interdimensional rift, and Nier pulled out from it Teddy! Who's Teddy?
I have no idea.
Teddy shooted bare pawns like nuclears at Dark Yagami. First mention of nuclears.
Yay!
AN, I need use Dark Yagami and Dark Soichiro full name, so I done got confused saws and Yagami feel to his knees wafer hearing Persona. $900,113,374,269 Tims. You win this round, Nier, he angered and punched Playground, which caused the kitties to scarred, but Dark Yagami doesn't cur. Teddy 10 jump back to the rift, and they were goodbye. Hey Dark, you ever fort not just gay? OMG, near now knows Dark is gay. Who diveth fort? But secretly or by?
Yeah, I think Dark being bi kind of speaks for itself. I mean, there is a bit too much conspicuous denial of him being interested in dudes over the course of the story, but yet.
But he must be attracted to females in order to pull off everything he does. But the next sentence explains how this fully justifies everything now. You can read this. I want you to read this.
How could I not notice that? Now I can be gay while being straight and icon ever. Now I can be gay while being straight and icon sex everyone now today and none can make fun of me. Dark happy. So should I keep reading after this?
Yeah, just let
Back
me,
with Teddy. I have no idea who Teddy is and no idea how to voice him. I'm going to give him a voice similar to Professor Slutborn here. I am the beery Teddy, best punzer in I am the beery Teddy, beery berry best punzer in the world! Exclaimed Teddy. Kick some ice! 'Twas Mr. Fries from Batman and Robin, cause he's the only one who can make pants cool and awesome, cause he's Arnold! Back at the Britain place! It was a regular day at Watery House, except it was now Watery Palace, and the Watery Mobile was a Watery NAS bus with extra nuclears and nuclear railguns that shoot bullet trains of bullets of nuclear. Oh, bugger! Another sudden day with no new news! Buggered Queen Watery Bumble Snoot 3.
The verbs, they're perfect.
Would some sexing make you feel better? Acid King Shakespeare. They're not slash, cause Watery is queen! Bloody hell, I'll sudden do it! Watery shouted as high sexed with Shakespeare. Urgent news! Exploded a voice through the door. It was Prime Minister Theoseph! The Mew-nerds? Who the hell is the Mew-nerds?
I think that's the monarchs.
Well, I'm just going to give them a completely random voice then. What is it? The Mew-nerds upset. The Emperor has called. A screen flowed into room with face that was talk. 'Tis I, Emperor Charles the Britannia. In order to conquer tech world, I need use on tech job.
But they won't listen to him because he's old and fat, and no one likes him because he's old.
But he's voiced by Wakamoto!
That's a reference to an old author's note if no one else gets that.
On it! Said the king and queen. They entered their plot room with their developed nuclear note, which was the strongest death note, cause it killed with nuclears!
But you could do that with a normal death note.
Still, nuclear notes. Such a dark Yagami thing to say, and I'm honestly
really
shocked that
is.
he never did that himself.
Yes.
They
I love it.
They got out the globe of Britannia, which canteen all of America, which they used to colonize the Japan place. That's why Dark Yagami is in America and Japan at the same time. LOL. They also had saved They also had saved a special Geass note that gave people new Geass when they wrote in Tech Note. But now was not the TM to use it! And I'm going to pass the baton on to you now.
Thank you, good sir. Meanwhile, in far-off space, SN, engaged to enemy, Xenoblade. Two brave fitters were battle end space. It was Awesome Britannia and Mao Zedong. Ha 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 ha! I can read your every move. Oh wait, I have to read it like Mao. Ha 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 ha! I can read your every move.
Also,
Mao.
yay! It's the sequel to Code Geass Awesome of the Rebellion.
Yes, the one thing we've been waiting for. Mao evil as he shooed if mind reader Geass. But I can make your every move. Wait, sorry. But I can make your every move. Awesome, awesome. And he made Mao hit self. Well, Awesome was lick. Why you hitting your safe? As Mao could only look and humiliate.
But how can he do that? He doesn't have the mind control Geass anymore. He traded it because he never used it. He replaced it with a pirate Geass, or was it the laser Geass? I don't remember. One of those two.
He replaced it with the laser Geass. And then replaced the laser Geass with the pirate Geass. But he always had to have the life Geass.
Of course.
So that he could, resurrect himself even when he got vaporized.
Yep.
But I have anti-mind control Geass too. Mao unleashed third Geass as he in control gain.
Then what was his second Geass? I'm still assuming that it was a telekinesis Geass that allowed him to move absolutely anything, including atoms and the brain waves. And that is my explanation for how he was able to brain control S2.
You will not stop me and Charles and our minions and our supreme emperor who lives above us, regular empress. Supreme emperor? Awesome shocked. Who is he? Meanwhile, at the mall, it was a dark corner. There trials of blood and pellied blood bananas and some skulls too. At the corner bled blood! Except he had changed from Septi had changed from TM Lope, so he's now new blood, leak new metal. And I fought. I can't do that. I'm just gonna voice him as Pinkie Pie now. And I fought and no longer needed stupid quotes to speak.
Oh my god, that is quite possibly the best interpretation of Pinkie Pie I have ever heard.
Well, I was a co-owner for a Brony server for a while, and we did a live cast. And, well, there were a couple of events where we needed impressionists, and as someone that's been doing Pokemon impersonations and pony impersonations for a long time, well, I sort of was working on a lot of pony voices and stuff.
Well, that is awesome.
Although I'm not nearly as good as Fluttershy. Anyway, new blood and angered as he rubbed his bloody moth. Those chocolate apples pack great poncho on the moth, even when dipped in blood essence of blood banana lol. Wait, so he's gotten over he's still eating blood bananas, but he's dipping chocolate apples in the essence of blood bananas?
Combining Royk's addiction with apples with Blood's addiction to blood bananas.
With Mellow's addiction to chocolate.
Yes.
On the other side were Royk and Mellow, who were world famous chocolate apple salesmen and gleed about it cause they were rich. Mellow also enjoyed his new life as Lady Gagami. That is the most awesome name ever!
Also, I would like to point out that that first sentence was not a sentence. Or, actually, come to think of it, yeah, I completely missed the where, which I suppose is meant to be where, so I suppose that would make the correct sentence
Yeah,
if
it was technically a correct sentence if stuff was actually spelled at all.
So,
A fab cousin, Oof Teyagamis, who loved to woo croeds with with his bad romance note. Which could also make bad romance if he fell like it. But he really didn't. He also sold his cloths as a collector's item, so Dark Yagami just bought a perfect set instead of killing Mello, cause he cawed. Bought a perfect set of... Oh! He bought a perfect set of Mello's clothes, instead of killing Mello and stealing his clothes.
Ah! So now he is able to be dressed like Mello without murdering Mello!
And that's why Mello's alive!
Yes!
We have even more peeps to blood with next time! To be continued! Oh my gosh. My throat hurts.
Should I take over now for chapter 3?
Yes, for chapter 3.
Chapter 3! Blood Summer! Maybe some other stuffs! Again, this chapter took a wheel to read, guys! I've been ploying Pierce it Eve Dukes, and I've been ploying Pierce it Eve Dew, and I reached this Dew and get into lab, but my memory got corrupted like Lickblood's memory bomb! Called the inner dimensional riff half potis in the bordis. I know it's a widerbud of the corpse as such dead culted amordius. Oh my god, I have no idea what he was even trying to say there.
No.
So lol!
I have no idea.
Back at the Tory Palace! It's almost like Palace, get it? Lol. No.
Why did you...
I don't get it. I have no idea what he was saying there.
I think he's trying to say that Atari's palace is probably really, really, really tall and trying to compensate for something.
Huh. Well, Motoi is really old, so I suppose he has a really tiny man thing.
Well, it depends. I mean, at Marvel Comics, and I mean, there was an edition where the character Man... There was actually a run where different Marvel characters were giant-sized. So there was an actual edition of the Man-Thing comics. I told you about this Marvel character. He's like a sort of swamp embodiment of all life creature thing.
So
and there was a run of the comics where he was giant-sized.
So basically, when they talk about everyone having a man thing, they are not, in fact, referring to their penis, but a weird plant swamp thing from Marvel Comics.
Yeah, maybe we should get a picture of it on. I'll find you a picture and send it. We can flash it on screen right now so everyone gets it. But yeah, that's what Dark is proud of. He has a copy of the run of the comic where that character was giant sized, because that is actually what the comic was called.
Well, anyway, back to the reading.
Yes.
Elle was aving candies, and Near was enjoying the team. And Near was enjoying the team. Mello was on break, and there was a nick on. Mello was on break, and there was a nick in the der. Mello was on break, and there was a nick in the der. It was Misa. Better use my bad romance note. Mello exposited that he turned into Sayu Lady Gagami. Who even? Oh, I suppose that's Misa. How wonderful! My voice is feeling a bit too hoarse to do a good Misa voice now, so I'm just going to not even try. How wonderful to meet you, Sayu! Let's sex on the watery bed! They sexed on the floods, spilled all over, and they got all sweaty from sexu. Then Elle and Near recorded the footage and sold it for porn! Semicolon close brackets.
Nice Japanese use of Japanese words there. The sexu. Because that's Japanese for sex, right? Is sexu?
Sure.
Just like Japanese for computer is computeru. And because clearly all Americans, if they want to speak Japanese, all they have to do and be perfectly politically correct is just stick a U on the end of it.
Indeed.
Oh, I can see you're improving your Japanese. Good job. Anyway, yes.
Watashi no Nihongo wa kanpeki desu. Nah, wait, that sucked. Well, Miser, who even is that?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to assume that it's L because he hasn't said anything yet. Shudder Mac Unforsum. Shudder Mac Unforsum. Said Miser. The dudes get so excited that their man thingies grew to the seasons of Darks. Not Dark or New Blood, because that's way too big for them, lol! Exclamation point! Wait a moment. Jacked L. I think Wattery and Shakespeare are up to no good. Then trouble started making in the neighborhood, leken der Sorgen. Colons close bracket. Back with Dark Soichiro! Dark Soichiro was talking to Dark Yagami about the truth of their paths. WTF! Dark Yagami overlead so he could scurry. So he caught a scur and this is bringing me flashbacks of a certain bit of extremely horrible fanfiction.
A little bit. I think that might be the reference.
So he caught a scur and hushed cheat cause Soichiro would get one too, floor proof. Except Soichiro got no scarred! The fuck? Soichiro exclaimed. Just then someone spoke. I can explain. It was Light Yagami! Oh my god. Sentence. Arg. I think I'm going to pass the baton on to you now because I don't want to suffer through that.
Yeah, I'll take the second half. You see, if we war into Timloop, Dark Yagami dying for good would kill Dark Soichiro do. Now Teloops broken, so you two are paradoxes. Different copies of Tessim person, light scienced.
Oh my god, this is the most perfect science fiction story ever.
But if New Blood is to footer you, then Soichiro scienced with light sigh and sing. Tessemeruru applies!
Japanese!
Tessemeruru! I'm scared. Tessemeruru applies! Light tickle. Light con cooled. Meanwhile, with Shakespeare and Watari, we have a new weapon. Charles of Britannia eviled. We have the military strength of Hogwarts, commended by Temos Poe Ruffle, Wizard of the Ale. Veron Drusley!
Ah, reference to who is Voldemort's dad. Well, I suppose, seeing how this is a sequel to a Dark Yagami story, I suppose that's not too surprising.
The Sword Yagamis? No! The word is ours! Eviled the back queen. I'm not sure who's speaking here, but what if on Toby Head?
Well, it's obviously Shakespeare.
Well, no, because the king is speaking the next line. Oh, wait. Oh, okay, there was no close quotes. Okay. What if on Toby Head, the Yagamis art dead? Oh, I get it, it's a rhyme. Fine Shakespearean poetry, palmed the king. The entire army assembled. There was magical dudes in checks with costume nuclear ones and whomping willows with nuclears on the sides and magical Nazbuses with nuclears. Yeah, this is Dark Yagami written all over it. There's nuclears everywhere.
The only thing that one needs to perfectly imitate Dark Yagami, mention nuclears all the time.
Yes. General Vernon Dursley was Dursley, sorry. General Vernon Dursley was at Tech Command with Teo Seafsha, having a prime seat and the assembled military. The word was gonna be rocked hard and me be dead, but who knows? Back on to new planet of new blood, quelled new planet, new blood. Oh my gosh. It feels so good to be back with all the blood bananas. New blood eviled like an evil would when he felt very evil 'cause he's evil. Blood locked at his ultima weapon. Oh my gosh!
Done!
No, it's not just an ultima weapon. It's an ultima weapon. It's Final Fantasy. It's Final Fantasy crossed with Half-Life Full Life consequences. We're doomed.
Well, anyway, continue reading. I'm going to try and do the Jaws theme in the background there. Dun, 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 dun,
it was a shinny red butthorn with odd word that is red. Raspa Fabio.
Dun dun dun!
Back to Teagamis. One last note, Ligit mentioned, or mentioned, almost every Yagami clone has gone missing. That one was Dawn! Dawn burst fruity rum and shouted, "My name is Dark Knight Yagami!" So everyone decaded to call him Dark Knight Yagami from Test Ponton. This will be continued. Peasel raked
Okay, I'm going to go rake some DNA now.
Peasel rake DNA review.